What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. This is episode number 2 of Thing, my thoughts and reviews, and this is for the Thing run from the 1983 Marvel series. So this week we are doing Thing number 2. August 1983 is when it was published, and it's called For Beauty Passed Away. So this one was super fun. Here's the cover. It's great. Just finished reading it, so I'm going to give you my thoughts. So we open up with Thing cleaning up after a battle to save two universes. So this battle occurred in issues of Fantastic Four number 257 and the Avengers 233. So then Thing finds Annihilus mask as he's cleaning up, which he thought it the whole time was Annihilus's face, but it actually was a mask that Annihilus wore. So he adds the mask to this pile of junk that he's been cleaning up, a pile of metal, saying he has to hurry to get this done because he has to be to the hospital. He has to go see Franklin and Alicia because after that battle, they got injured in that battle. So he's going needs to get this all done. He needs to see how the recovery's going. He's still unsure how Franklin is doing, so he smashes all the metal into about a 20-ton of balls, saying if he dropped this, it would go right straight to China, which I thought was hilarious. So yeah, I'll show you guys a little bit. So yeah, this is how we open up. Yes, there's the pages there. We just discussed. There's Annihilus's mask thing, crumpling the ball into like this little 20, getting rid of the waste there, which is cool. And then in our next part, we see the Thing get clothes on to go to the hospital. He then runs into Lumpy, the mailman, who just does not like delivering Fantastic Four's mail because there's so much. So Thing tells him, like, why don't you ask to get transferred to a different room? He's like, I did get transferred. I got transferred Richard Nixon's, but every time I delivered something, it always sounded like something was ticking in there. So I got rid of that, which I thought was hilarious. So, and then, so yeah, they talk, and Thing hails a cab to get in the cab to go to the hospital. And then before he does, Lumpy hands him a letter that says top priority or priority mail to Ben Grimm. And he's like, okay, I never get mail, so this is a priority mail. He's never gotten priority mail. So Ben opens up the mail in the taxi cab, and something hits him real hard, like almost that feeling like, oh crap, like what's this? Um, but before he could even read it, they were at the hospital, and he puts the letter into his coat pocket, just forgets about it for right now. He's more worried on Franklin and Alicia, which is that would be your worries as you're going in. So as he walks in, he sees Reed and talks to Reed, like any updates, and Reed tells him like Sue and your uncle are still in there. And as that happens, Sue and Ben's uncle comes out and tells Reed and Ben that hey, Franklin's in stable condition, which is good. And not sure how long the recovery is going to take after that. So that was good. And then we see Ben go in to see Alicia, and he sees her all bandaged up. So he's thinking to himself, okay, she's resting. She's probably doped up on antibiotics and stuff. So he walks out, but then we hear Alicia say, Ben. And he walks back in. He goes, sorry, dear. Like, I thought you were sleeping. I didn't want to wake you. She's like, oh no, I'm not sleeping. I'm just resting here with these bandages on. And he sits on the bed with her and everything, and she can tell something's wrong with Ben. And she asks him, what's wrong with you? What's going on? You're not yourself. So tell me what's up. So she asked how Franklin's doing as she's waiting for Ben to tell her. He says there's someone I never told you about in my past, and that was the letter. They kind of left us little cliffhangers when he read it, but he didn't say anything, and she knew something was wrong. So he's like, "There's someone in my past I didn't tell you about. This has to do with the letter I got." So yeah, before we move on, I'll show you guys some pictures. So there's that Lumpy the mailman. And then, yeah, we get to see Ben talking to Reed and Ben's uncle and everything there. Then Ben talking to Alicia. Or Lisa. I call her Alicia. So, yeah. And then we get on to our next page here and we get a flashback to Ben and Reed in university. And Ben literally picking up Reed out of the lab because he's been there for 2 weeks. No one sees sign of him. And it's a Saturday night. He picks Reed up. Reed's like, "Is this necessary?" He's like, "Yes, you need to go have fun." As he picks Reed up, they're walking down the hall, and there's two ladies there. Alin and her friend. I can't remember her friend's name. Just see if I can find it. Oodles? Or no, not Oodles, sorry. What's her friend's name? Miss Chambers is what they call her, Miss Chambers. So they meet up, they're talking, they're like, "Let's go, I'll get a few drinks at the student bar, have fun." And Reed is just in a mood. Ben gives him a good elbow in the gut, and he's like, "Listen, Reed's just missing some way right now. Reed fell in love with his landlord's daughter, Sue Storm, so that's all he's got on his mind." And Ben tells him, and it's funny. Thought that was a cool little thing, but we see them all going to student bar to have a little good night. Um, so we see in the next panel, we see Alin saying Ben and or talking to Ben or saying Ben like to call him out because he's going to play his football game. There's something that's troubling her, but she does not say what it is. It is leaving us in suspense. So there's something troubling Alin, but she's telling Ben like, "I had to go. We gotta do this is over." And Ben, of course, like, "Is there another guy? Is there something wrong? Like, did I do something wrong?" She's not telling him. She's in tears, and so she just leaves him with the without knowing, and that's hard. So she leaves Ben. She's running. She runs into Reed, and Reed catches her, sees her crying. He's like, "What's up? What's wrong?" And even the world's smartest scientist cannot figure out the human heart. He does not know what's going on with her. He just sees her in tears, and she just jets. Which I thought was, I don't know what was wrong. And I don't know if we find out. But yeah, so there's them hanging out. The coach, Reed there. So then we get Ben is the biggest. He's in the biggest football game of his life, with a chance to win it. It's the two rival schools playing for a chance to win, and he misses a pass that he would catch like 10 times out of 10. Ben would catch this because he's put this team on his shoulder. He's catch everything. He's won games by himself. And then we know that Alin, whatever she said, is eating him up inside. He's not himself. He like snaps in the dressing room. He's like, "My scholarship's gonna be done." Like the coach is after him. Like, "Ben, like Grim, you should have had that. You catch that at 10 times out of 10. Like, what's going on?" And Ben just snaps, throws his helmet, smashes it into pieces. Reed comes in, and the coach is like, "Reed, talk to him. You know him better than anybody. What's on his mind?" And so Reed talks to him, and Ben storms away. Reed just lets him have his space. He lets him cool down a bit, and then Reed finds him on top of the hill and asks him, like, Ben, what's going on? Like, you ready to talk, buddy? And he's like, he goes, Alin, something she said, or what she said, or what she didn't say is really bugging him. And he's like, well, tell her you love her. And Ben's like, yeah, that'll fix everything. So I thought it was cool. So here's the little pages there, which I thought were really cool. So now we find Ben after like 3 weeks of looking for Alin. He can't find her. So he finally finds her. She didn't move town. She left the college. She quit her job, but she's still in town, and Ben finds her. So they go on a walk together, and they walk to the tree where they first met, and their initials are carved in the tree. This was before they were even dating. Ben carved their initials into the tree. They talked a bit, and then Ben's still trying to figure out like what happened, and then he proposes to her, like out of the blue, with his mother's ring. He proposes to her and asks her to marry him. She says no. She's like, Ben, I can't. Um, I'm going to be a Hollywood star, and it's just not right. I don't want to hold you back. I don't want to forget you. It may not work. So she says no to him. And Ben is furious. He's like, please don't. And she walks away, and Ben throws his mother's wedding ring into the river. And he's like, please don't, don't. Like, Ben's upset about this. So, yeah, there's the pages there. Like, he's super upset, and he just wants to know why Elaine did what she did to him. So then we go out of the flashback. We go back to the hospital where You're telling Alicia all this of what's going on, the story, and finish it. And then there's this long silence there for about a couple minutes. No one says anything, and Alicia says to him, "Do you love her? Like, you can still go back to her. We're not married. We're not like engaged. We're not anything. If you still love her, you can go back to her." And Ben tells her no. That was a long time ago. I love you. My heart belongs to you. All this, just telling her like, no, you're the one. You're the one, which I thought was really cool, really sentimental, really nice. But he said the letter was she wanted to meet him, and she doesn't know that he's the thing right now. She knows Ben Grimm, the person. So that's where the letter hit, and we found out what the letter is, and that's where Ben's like, I don't know if I can meet her. Like, she hasn't met this one me. And so he's like, I guess this is something that I'm gonna have to figure out on my own. And so yeah, there's the pages there. So he kisses Alicia and he walks out. And then, so now Ben's in his apartment. He's waiting for Alin to show up. It's like 5 minutes after 5. She's supposed to be there at 5. And he's worried. He's like, what if she doesn't come? Like, everything like that. And then the bell rings and she comes up. Ben opens the door, and there's Alin with a droopy face because we found out that she had a stroke. All her left side is not fully functional. She almost lost it, and it was kept out of the tabloids by her agent, so nobody knew about this. That's why Ben didn't know. So they meet. She tells him her story about what happened. Um, how her words are going to be slurred from here on out. How she almost lost the feeling of her left side, but she battled so she can change herself. She can walk and everything like that. Ben hugs her, and Elaine says to Ben, like, Ben, help me. Please just help me. Help me be whole again. Which I thought was really nice. So there's that there. Then we get the ending. which kind of is different. I thought that would have been the ending, but this ending was really good. So in the ending, we get um, Ben, Sue, and Reed all in the hospital with Ben's uncle coming to talk to them. He says, "I got good news. Franklin is stable. I know his recovery should be coming along, but it's going to be a while." And um, Reed says he's a mutant. He was a mutant. Now he's normal. So we're gonna have to move. Like we're gonna move and give him a normal life. So him and Sue and Franklin are gonna move to the country where nobody knows them. They're gonna change their names and they want to give Franklin a normal life. And so he's like, "We're leaving the Baxter building." And he's like, "You don't have to." Ben says, "You don't have to, Stretcho. I've heard this song before. This means." And so yeah, that's where we end on the Ben Grimm. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have been, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My final thoughts on this: I really enjoyed it. I love the backstory that we got. The diving into Ben's history, who his lovers were, who he dated, seeing the flashbacks of him still being that wholesome Ben Grimm that we know and love, like still caring for even people he has been away from for long 5 years or 6 years and still putting others before himself. So yeah, this is a great issue. Can't wait for issue 3. This has been super fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till then, guys, hope you have a good one, and we'll see you here again for the thing. Have a great one, guys. Later.